now of the evil that's out there and people who are willing to ruin someone's life for money. I never really experienced that before.
Okay, because I've seen this YouTube video of her that was recorded the night before at a completely different party, where she's telling people she's 18, she's going into very graphic details about her past sexual encounters. Have you seen that video?
I have, yes, sir.
Is that the way she was acting the night you met her?
No, more contained for sure. That video is pretty wild.
My body counts over 20. I'm only 18.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
My first body is like 15.
Like, how old were you?
14. I'm only 18.
Over 20?
I mean, I ate somebody's ass before, but that's only because they wanted it.
On the air.
We know from multiple witness statements that she represented that she was 18 years old, that she attended Grossmont College. We know that she was the one going up to certain defendants and other people who are not in the case, instigating, demanding that they have sex with her.
So today we have a major update in the story of Matt Araiza. Now, for those of you who don't know this story, it's crazy. There was a woman who alleged that Matt Araiza had assaulted her in a very naughty way. Now, these allegations essentially destroyed his career up to this point. Here is what the woman was alleged.
The punter was released last week by the Buffalo Bills amid the allegations. In an interview with ABC News, the alleged victim claims that Araiza and two of his former San Diego State University teammates took advantage of her in October 2021. She was only 17 at the time. She explained how she was intoxicated and was in and out of consciousness when it happened, and that she was left injured and bruised. The alleged victim wants arrests to be made. According to the San Diego DA, the case remains under review for potential criminal charges.
Now, those were some serious allegations, but someone who was involved in this particular incident recorded it. So there was a video of the incident. Here's what that video showed.
Threefold. One is nowhere in those videotapes will you see Matt Araiza because he wasn't in the room. Secondly, they will depict that the plaintiff was a willing participant in the sexual acts that occurred that evening. And thirdly, it shows that she was not engaging in conduct that would be distressing at the time.
The videos were obtained by the San Diego Police Department during their investigation, and these are the same videos the district attorney's office reviewed when they decided not to file any criminal charges against any of the players, including former SDSU and Buffalo Bills punter Matt Araiza.
So he wasn't even there. Matt Araiza wasn't even there. This woman went on TV, said he did this to her, and the video shows he wasn't even there. Matter of fact, the video was so bad for her case that the DA and the police, after looking at it, said, we can't charge this guy. Number one, he wasn't even there. And number two, you enjoyed it. And that's not it. Don't forget the witnesses, what the witnesses said about how she was acting that night. Remember?
We know from multiple witness statements that she represented that she was 18 years old, that she attended Grossmont College. We know that she was the one going up to certain defendants and other people who are not in the case, instigating, demanding that they have sex with her.
Now, the police knew all this. That's why Matt and the rest of the guys weren't even charged. The police knew that this woman was straight up lying. And her attorneys also knew too.
The legal battle may not be over. Araiza says he plans to sue Jane Doe's attorney, Dan Gillian, for defamation.
He lied time and time again, and specifically through the media, which caused me so much damage. Had he just filed the lawsuit and not gone on a big media tour, it might be a different story, but the way he handled it was unbelievably unprofessional. Going to Twitter, starting this big social media campaign, it was quite ridiculous, and he'll be held accountable for his actions.
We were just appalled at the fact that we were constantly demanding a dismissal, and he refused. And he knew over a year ago that he didn't have the evidence. He didn't have the evidence to put Matt in that bedroom or in that house. And it started from the criminal investigation with Mr. Armstrong defending Matt to the point where we got involved. There was never any evidence whatsoever that Matt Araiza had taken that girl in the house, put her on the bed as alleged in the complaint, and engaged in a gang rape. And he knew it. and he knew it.
In a statement to CBS 8, Araiza's attorney said, quote, Matt is not paying the plaintiff any money, and he is reserving his right to pursue the plaintiff's attorney, Dan Gillian, and his law office for the harm they have caused him.
Now, understand, their attorney knew that their client was lying. They had the video evidence to show straight out that she's lying. He wasn't even in the room when she said this happened. He didn't lead her to the room because he had left an hour before any of this stuff had happened. So it was obvious that she was lying. Matter of fact, all the witnesses said she's lying. The video says she's lying. The only person that was saying what she said was true was her. That was it. Everyone said Matt Araiza wasn't there, and the video showed he wasn't there. Again, listen to what she was saying before all the evidence came out.
I was led into the room and I was pushed down, face down onto the bed, and I started going in and out of consciousness.
Now the woman identified as Jane Doe has agreed to drop Araiza from her lawsuit with no monetary compensation. Her attorney, Dan Gillian, told me his client, quote, has been through hell and she's decided to end part of the hell by ending this litigation.
Now remember, all of that, she's on ABC saying it. She's on NBC saying it. All of that is a lie. It's a straight up lie. And now she just gets to walk away. The attorney gets to walk away after destroying this man's career. It's crazy. It's insane. And I'm going to say this. Even sports media has a lot to do with this too. Because now they're saying, oh, well, he's been exonerated. But those were the ones screaming that he should be fired before. Remember?
Then when you hear the details, the
details are extremely disturbing, and I want to say one thing, and I was grateful that you had sent me the CBS News interview because I hadn't seen it. I saw ABC World News prior. Her father spoke out, but the victim obviously speaking out, and Stephen A., obviously I'd read the details in our ESPN article, but seeing the visuals, the bruises all over her legs, the bruises on her neck being held down for 90 minutes. I won't go further into the details. It's a morning show. They're very disturbing, and it's only if people, but a lot of times when we talk about, hey, no one's there, he said, she said, I mean, they have the visual evidence as well.
And the authorities in San Diego, apparently the detectives in the case, according to the LA Times, just recently handed their evidence to authorities in Southern California to decide whether charges need to be filed against Matt Araiza, who denies this through his lawyer, who said that the individual in the case, he inferred it's a money play, which is interesting because usually money plays are not involving third-round drafted punters in the NFL. And certainly money plays don't usually occur when somebody goes to the police the day after the incident, as the civil lawsuit lays out and the Los Angeles Times has reported. So based on everything that I am seeing, the Bills, who are playing tonight with Araiza on the team, I don't know what their recourse is other than to sit him down for sure for the time being while this is playing out. And cutting him sounds like a pretty damn good idea too, but I don't have all the facts in the case right now. But
so now, after calling for him to be fired, after saying this was horrible, after saying, Jen was a he said, she said, but here you have the evidence. It's true. It's true. Isn't that what they were saying? When Molly was saying, it's true. Look at it. Essentially, it's true. Now we know it was all a lie. It was all a lie. And the news media now has to reconcile that. So listen how now they kind of flip it and blame Matt Araiza.
Yeah. With potential developments. And I go all the way back to last August. Because, look, there's a lot of folks that are mad that, oh, the media is responsible for this. The allegations in the civil lawsuit are what they are. If there was clear evidence that he wasn't even at the party and had been gone for an hour before the gang allegedly happened, that's the kind of stuff that should have been shouted from the rooftops by someone last August. If that's the thing that caused the prosecutors not to pursue charges, if we'd have known that back then, it would have been a lot easier to bang that drum. All we knew, it was one big stew of allegations and counter allegations, and nobody knows what really happened, and it's going to be difficult to get to the truth. So
who should shout it out, Mike?
Prosecutors see it.
Who, like, is that on the prosecutors?
Well, no, I mean, from his side.
No.
All right. No. If his camp can prove, and eventually did prove to the satisfaction of the prosecutors, that he was gone an hour before this happened, it should have been coming from his camp. It should have been coming from his lawyers back in August of last year. Because then that's something that we could have kind of sunk our teeth into and said, hey, look, folks, wait, bills, whoa.
Yeah.
Sounds like this guy's got an alibi. Sounds like this guy was gone. So it's a complicated situation. And look, prosecutorial discretion is a very fluid thing. A lot of times they'll only take on cases that they think they can win at trial, and we know it's a high standard. And I don't know that anything is going to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, given the evidence and the allegations and just the circumstances of that even.
Now let's just keep it 100. Let's stop with the BS. This woman is a straight up liar. You know it, I know it, they know it, right? Her lawyer knows it. That's the reason why this is going down this way. She straight up lied. And she was in this to try to get a check, right? She wanted to grab his money. This is the Amber Heard play, right? This is her playbook. Let me grab his money and just say he did this. And everybody's going to believe me because we are in that type of world where allegations mean convictions. But now that we have absolute proof that he didn't do it, because guess what? He wasn't even in the room. Video, witnesses, all the evidence points to it. Who now should be punished for telling those lies, right? Isn't that perjury? She's sitting there saying this in legal proceedings. She can't be held accountable for that. She can't be held accountable for telling the police that this happened. Have we gotten to the point where someone can just outrageously say just nonsense like this and not be held accountable in any way? She's still suing the other two guys with the video. They're on video showing that these guys are innocent. But this is what I'm talking about. Now, I cover these stories all the time. Johnny Depp, we got Trevor Bauer, now we got Matt Araiza. And it's the same thing all the time. The women just walk away. Yes, I lied, so what? And I get to walk away and live my life, right? This woman gets to walk away and live her life. But when are we as a society going to start holding people like this accountable? Because this guy's life is ruined. Trevor Bauer, his life is ruined. Johnny Depp, his life was ruined. All because someone lied, provably so. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's a he said, she said, close situation, it's okay, maybe. But in this case, it's not close at all. You have proof. So I'm going to tell you this. Listen, I understand that these things happen in real life to real people who are not lying. And we can't discount that. But if we're going to allow people like this woman to just straight up lie and not be held accountable, then what are we doing here? And it's so bad because I can't even show her face on my channel, because if that happens, I get punished by YouTube. Because again, she's still considered a victim, even with this evidence out there. I have to wait for the case to be over before I can show it. And God, as soon as that happens, you get to see it. And you can actually search YouTube for the video of her, saying the stuff that she was saying. It's not even hard to find. But my whole issue with this is that what's right is right. If he did this thing, then he should go to jail. But it's obvious he didn't do it. Not only is it obvious he didn't do it, it is impossible for him to have done this. And I'm sorry for taking so much time at the back end, but I think it's wild because when men, in this case, are the victims, it seems like no one has any sympathy for them. They've lost their jobs, their careers, and all this other stuff. It's like, okay, so what, and let her go on and have her life. What? This just incentivizes other people to do it too. So, as always, I always tell you guys, tell me where I'm wrong in the comment section. For real, tell me why this woman shouldn't be punished. Tell me why this woman should be punished. Make it make sense, because you may be able to change my mind. But right now, this woman should lose everything. And hopefully, if this is a just world, she will. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.